Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Denver Broncos behind their new signal color, Case Keenum, as they get set to take on the rookie, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, and they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Now they'll run it on the toss. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
To throw is Jackson. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away.
Let's go, guys.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, It's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first. And they'll go on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Jackson. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Jackson now looking to throw on second down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go.
Now it's it's Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive.
Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here at about the top. Pecco, the one to get him down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take out extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To throw on second down, Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action now. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. This is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, rolling to his left. And he's got room. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver.
Let's go, guys.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Here we go now.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they'll run it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So a 1st and 10 now at the 45-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got some space here. 20.
He's eating up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they'll go with a run attack here. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
That is caught inside the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last...
And they'll go on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Darian Stewart there to bring him down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Now let's go.
Play action. Now Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Ravens, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a... I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank